Welcome to your daily focus for June the 29th, 2018. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Let's turn to the cards. Oh, who did we have fall out? Oh, a very good card came out. Oh, two cards came out. The Sun and the Five of Pentacles came out together. They jumped right out of the deck, so I guess we better pay attention to the Sun and the Five of Pentacles for the message that they are telling us. And the message really is, you know what? Simplify. Simplify it right down to your talents, your abilities, your passions, your dreams, your desires of what you truly want to do. Okay? Not the whole bucket list, but the top five maybe, because you have the Five of Pentacles. Now, 5 is also the sign, that's the number for Venus, and Friday we celebrate Venus. So our love, our compassion, our empathy, how we give, how we create, what we love, the beauty, the romance. We're ready to go forward. It is about us today. It is about us and our dreams and stepping into that path. And knowing that we have been preparing our life for these moments. That we have picked up nuggets of wisdom along the way. Nuggets of knowledge of how to do things better. How to be great at something. And now it's time to utilize those things in our toolbox. And go forward to create, to explore, to invent, to share, to harmonize. Let's put those back in the deck, and we'll cut them fast before more cards decide to flip out. It seems like the deck wants to pick its own cards today, so we better hurry and cut the deck here. Who do we have first but the Knight of Wands? Yeah, we're feeling the energy. I mean, our cape is actually fluttering in the wind there, so we've got a little bit of speed happening. Now, Mercury, I believe, goes into Leo today, and that's going to make us feel like, you know what, we're more confident in our communication, our thoughts, how we think, how we express ourselves. And Leo kind of gives us that stage in which to do it. So it's storytelling time. And make sure you're not exaggerating in the story in order to win favor, because sooner or later they're going to find out the truth. So you want the truth to be the truth from the start. We're ready to ride forward. Now, this isn't really typically full moon energy, because full moon energy is about releasing and letting go and endings and healings. But I haven't got that kind of energy at all for this full moon in any of my readings that I have done. It's about maybe building ourselves up, maybe unplugging a little bit to restore ourselves, to rejuvenate ourselves, to so that we have the strength, so that we can go forward, so that we are well rested, so we can think with a sense of clarity and understanding. The Knight of Wands here, we are ready to go forward. We are galloping into our tomorrow, or at least that's how we are feeling. We want to do this. Let's see if the other cards agree. So in the middle is our Four of Cups, gratitude. And that might not be the easiest thing. You know, it might not be the easiest thing at all for us to take a moment and realize all the things we have to be grateful for. Not taking things for granted, not taking people for granted, not taking situations for granted or opportunities for granted. It might be extremely hard to find a moment to actually stop and smell the roses, or smell the flowers at least. They may not be roses, they could be daisies. And realize that, you know, everything, the breath you just took was a gift. Your body, your mind, your eyes, your hands, your feet, your legs. The people that surround you. That person you happened to pass that smiled your way, and you smiled back, and both of your energies were raised. the things that you have in your life. And some of the things we all take for granted. You know, we jump in our car and we expect it to go. And only when it doesn't go are we grateful once we got it fixed that it's going again. But we never stop to think, wow, I'm very grateful that I have a car in which to jump into and go whenever I want. We never stop to think, wow, I'm glad when I turn on the tap that the water runs. And I can have hot, cold, warm, in between if I want. Well, that's a gift that millions of people will never experience in their lifetime on this planet. Or how about your fridge? Your washer, your dryer, your bed, your pillow. So if anything, make time to be grateful for the things in your life and be grateful for yourself and your gifts and your talents and your abilities and your breath. You're being able to be present in this moment. And the Three of Wands. Many good things may have happened in your life in the past. And we don't want to fall into the, you know what, if I could only go back to then, life would be so much better today. They were there for reasons. But it's only for you to expect greater and better to come. Now, there's a real spiritual energy here. So if I'm not mistaken, the moon is crossing over Pluto, so conjunct with Pluto. So, you know, all weekend, pay attention to your dreams, your thoughts, of where you can go, of what you can create, of who you can become. So even though we start, and it's almost like this is the exact same character here, right? We're in the same cape. The last card we've taken off our helmet, but we hold that hawthorn branch. And the hawthorn, actually, the hawthorn for my Patreon viewers, but I think I made it public, so if you creep me on Patreon, you could do it too. Somebody very special to me gave me, where is the deck? All my books are going to fall over there. The Wisdom of the Trees Oracle. And I thought, how do I honor her by giving me this wonderful gift? And I thought, well, I'll do this. So I picked 3 cards, and then you go to whatever card. Anyways, if you want, the Patreon link is down below. It's absolutely available to everybody this month. So let's go back to here. Then I saw the hawthorn, and I thought, oh, that was one of the cards. And the really cool thing about that was all 3 cards that I picked were the seeds and flowering. So it is about planting the new seeds. It's about allowing the flowers to emerge, the maturity of the dream. But also it was power cards. It was all under the heading of power. And I thought that was very cool. So anyways, back to our today here, our reading. So we've taken our helmet off. We're looking across the waters. You know, don't be in too much of a hurry today that we don't tap into our heart center. We don't tap into our spirituality. We don't tap into those messages that can come seemingly out of nowhere. Or maybe we have a conversation seemingly with ourselves and we get these aha moments and these new ideas and these new bursts of energy, and magic appears before us, and be thankful of that magic when it appears. Say thank you for that magic when it appears. Absolutely. Let's get an affirmation card. Now pay attention to your dreams. You know, we may want to just ride forward today. The first card here tells us who we are, our frame of mind, of where we're going, and it's telling us that we just want to ride forward. We want to go forward. The other cards are telling us, you know, we need to reflect. We need to back it up a little bit. We really need to think about our journey and building upon our failures and our successes of the past. Although we may be looking more at our successes. And be grateful. Have that gratitude. If you don't have a gratitude journal, start one this weekend or today at least. Write down on a piece of paper a couple of things that you are grateful for. Think about, you know, I saw a t-shirt once that said, you know, what if I woke up tomorrow morning with only the things I was grateful for yesterday? Wow. There's a lot that I would wake up without. So when we start to think of all the different things that we have in our lives, and most of them we take for granted. We have the 8 of water. So our 8 of water appears. Journey of discovery, letting go and seeking a deeper meaning and greater authenticity. All that glitters isn't gold. And I know that I must always deserve authentic riches. I know that I always deserve authentic riches. The gold that fills me with joy, abundance, and understanding. I fearlessly pause to re-examine where I have been, where I am, and where I might go. Now I consciously choose the path that is right for me instead of the one that seems likely to draw me into it, or the one I feel I ought to walk. So make sure that you're not living somebody else's agenda, somebody else's dream. I am true to my heart. I've come as far as I can, and I leave by the wayside the last vestiges of illusion, the last bits of fear and shame. I will no longer hold on to what isn't right for me. I will no longer hold on to what isn't right for me. I consciously choose the path that is right for me rather than the one I ought to walk or the one that pulls me. Seems likely to draw me onto it. Because at the end of the day, you know, if you're really thinking I want to do this and that and the other thing because of look at all the money I could make, or I need the money because, it's probably the wrong route. The money comes when you're experiencing joy and happiness and celebrating who you are and your passions, and you just want to do it because you know you'll make a difference, or you'll make the lives of others better, or you know, it comes from within, and the money just flows. The money is like a secondary thing that just happens because you're living in your passion, you're living in your dream, you're living for what you truly want in life. And so the 8 of water is asking us to really look at that and realize what is right for us and what is wrong for us, and where we are holding on to things that necessarily don't raise our vibration. It might even lower our vibration, but we hang on to it because we feel we need it in order to pay the bills. And I'm not saying to everybody quit your job if you're not happy with it, but look at what really motivates you, what fills you with passion, what fills you with desire, what fills you with hope, love. Pay attention to the spiritual aspect of this whole weekend. I know this is Fridays. I'm sure it'll come up a little bit more, but the moon sitting on top of Pluto usually brings in dreams, visions, higher psychic awareness. And we can get a real change in our perception. I'll get an animal card here, which is take a chance. Take a chance. Who is it? Fleetwood Mac's does it take a chance on? Freedom, chance, fear, and passion. That's on the other side of fear. Life itself cannot give you joy unless you really will it. Life just gives you time and space, and it's up to you to fill it. If you've chosen Sea Star, it's time for you to take a chance, a leap of faith. You could have been lacking in energy and motivation. It could be out of fear, or it could be that you have been caught up with a bit of laziness and have beached yourself. It can be quite scary to change, and although you may feel stuck, you're never truly stuck. You have free will to change the course of where you want your life to go. Free yourself from the past. Allow yourself to feel again. If you're stuck in a dead-end job, look for one that is in a different field that feeds your passion. You might even be eyeing the cute girl at the coffee shop or looking at the cute boy who changed your oil. And I always have to say, It could be the cute guy at the coffee shop and the cute girl that changed your oil. Ask him or her out. When you begin to take a chance on one thing, you will find it easier and easier to continue doing that in every part of your life, which will only draw you closer and closer to your ultimate success. You won't know unless you take a chance. Before I started doing the reading today, I was flipping through, watching different things, and it was, he was a mountain climber, but like ice mountains, and he was blind. And he says, reaching out is scary because you don't know what you're going to hit. And he says, I would listen very closely to the sound of my pick going into the ice. And if I like the sound, then I sent her home. And the more you reach out, the more you step on the other side of fear, the more you feel alive, the more you embrace life, the more that you can step into your passions. So, as we stand here on the brink of our tomorrow, and we look out into the waters, whenever there's large water in a tarot card, it usually means the spirituality is very strong. But we have those two hawthorn wands stuck there in behind us. And so we could easily look behind us and say, oh, those were the good times. I'll never have those good times again. Or we could say, but the one in my hand is the biggest and the best, and it's going to take me to where I want to go going forward. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.